Welcome back to our SketchUp Pro tutorial series. We are still looking at our plan set 9. We have finished up all of the doorways and window locations so that we know where they're at. In this particular episode, we are going to bring up the walls and enclose all of those windows and doors. So that way in our next video, we can actually work on the roof. I have went ahead and placed in the measurements for all of our windows. So the left number is the width, the right number is the height. And so that's going to help speed up our process when it comes to enclosing all of this. All of our doors go up to 6'9" in this case. Normally you'll see 6'8". This one, all the measurements are 6'9". When it comes to the windows, all the windows go up to the 6'9" mark, and then we're going to go down however many inches it says. So for this window over here, we will put a mark at the 6'9" mark and then go down 30 inches in order to create our window opening. Over here in our outliner panel, I wanted to go over a few different things that we can do in our outliner panel first, just to illustrate and kind of show you things with the outliner panel, because the outliner panel is one of the more powerful panels and useful panels in SketchUp Pro, and it's one of the reasons. And it's one of the reasons that SketchUp Pro is just so much more useful than SketchUp Free and SketchUp for Schools. Over here in our outline panel, you'll see that I do have, 5 or 6 different numbers here. So if I wanted to group all these together, I can simply just hold down Shift or click one, hold down Shift and click the other in order to select all of them. If I wanted all those turned into a single group, right click on it and I can go in here and make it a group or make it a component. So I have all the options that I have when I right click over here as I do over here in the outliner panel. So if I wanted to rename this, I could rename it from this point. I can drag and drop anything I want. So if I wanted this one outside of that group, I could do so. I could put it in another group. So you have a lot of different options with the outliner panel that really helps kind of organize everything. After we get through with the roof part, we will kind of start bringing in some tags as well to this project. That way we can tag everything and keep everything nice and organized, so that way we can turn on and off certain things to really get into the different locations. So we'll put our walls into a tag, our roof into a tag, etc. Bringing up the walls, we will right click on the wall itself, go into Edit Group, click on the Push-Pull tool. We're going to bring up one of the sections of the walls and type in 6 or 8 foot. Hit enter. Once we type in 8 foot and bring it up, that sets our push-pull to that amount. So now if I come over here and I double click on this right here, it will automatically go up to that 8 foot mark. If I make a mistake, like just then, I pulled that 2 inches or so. So now if I come over here and click something else, it's going to go up to that 2-inch mark. Another thing that you could do is you can use inferencing. So I can click on this wall and I want this wall to match up with this wall. So I'm going to move my mouse over top of the edge of this other wall in order to inference that other measurement. Then I can click and it will inference that and will line up with it. I can sit here and verify this by taking my measuring tool and measuring from the bottom to the top, and I can see that it is 8 feet. So let's go in here and we'll inference this one as it was already pulled up a little bit. And we'll come through here and finish up the rest of these. The double clicking makes things super easy. Every once in a while it will double click wrong. But for the most part, that is a really speedy option in order to get everything push-pulled the way you want to, especially if you're doing something repeatedly. I'm going to go ahead and do all of the doorways first. So I'm going to simply just draw in 6'9", or yeah, 6'9". Enter. We'll take our line tool, draw our line across, push pull tool, and pull that across. We'll worry about erasing and cleaning things up after we're done. And so I'm simply going to go around and work on all of these doorways the exact same way. So again, using click the T tool or the T key for the tape measure, 6'9", L for the line tool. Making sure that whenever you drag your line across, that it is either going to be red or green. Using your keyboard shortcuts and your mouse keyboard shortcuts really speeds up your process whenever you're doing things like this right here. That can kind of be a reason that everything is either taking you a long time or everything is quick. So getting used to the keyboard shortcuts for any program that you're actually using is super important and is the main thing that will kind of keep you from doing large things faster. So I'm going through here and just closing in all of these doors really quick, and then we'll work on the windows. One more door here for the closet. Again, the L tool is the line tool. The T key is your tape measure. P key is your push pull. E key is your eraser. So that is all of our doors. So let's go ahead and start working on our windows. So again, we're still going up to the 6'9" mark. When it comes to most windows and doors, they line up at the same point. You will have the occasional window that doesn't, but for the most part, most windows are going to line up with your front door or with your doors. But there are the occasional windows that don't. Those are special cases. So this one is 48 inches tall. So again, 6'9", we bring that across. Now we're going down from that 6 foot mark down for whatever measurement the window is. So this one's a 48 inch by 48 inch window. So we'll type in 48 inches and close this off. And that's the process that we're going. So these two windows right here are the same windows. They are 60 inches across, 48 inches tall. I already have my 48 or my 6'9" mark, okay, and we can verify that by going through here. So 6'9". I'm going to erase this guide Actually, I probably needed it. So 48 inches. And we'll drag that across and this across. And drag our top lines across as well. So our doorway is fine. Over here, this is a 48-inch wide by 30 inches tall. So we'll put in our measurement of 6'9". This one is going to go down 30 inches. Take our line tool and we will drag that in. We already have the measurements for these. Again, this one here is 30 inches tall. This one's 18. So we'll come in here and this one lines up. So we will draw in our line tools, or using our line tool, we'll draw in our measurements. Drag those across, push pull. We can erase the bottom line for here. This one is going to be 18 inches tall, so it's our little closet. And our last windows are 36 inches wide by 30 inches tall. So we got 3 feet and they're 30 inches tall. So we will take our tape measure, pull this up to 6'9". When you pull these up, make sure that the line is blue. That means that it's straight up and down. If you see any kind of other line that is not, then it's not straight up and down or parallel to the axis. So 6'9". This one is going to go down again 30 inches. Take our line tool and we'll draw in our last remaining lines for our windows. So at this point, we can take a eraser tool and start erasing away. So drag across, click and drag across all of these marks or all these guides, all of these guides. You can also come in here and go to edit, delete guides in order to delete all the guides. I then want to come in here and start erasing all of our spare lines to really clean up our wall sections. Whenever I'm doing this, I pretty much have my one finger on the shift key that I can periodically click if I need to move around the area. Really speeds up me going around. And I'm using that middle scroll wheel button in order to help orbit around and pan around my area. If you make a mistake, hold down Control, hit the Z key in order to undo it. So we're not really worried about making a mistake. We can always fix it or go back and undo it. Remember it is always wise to come in here and save your project periodically. So I do want to come in here and resave this as we'll do finished windows. go ahead and save those, and I try to save things at the very beginning, and then periodically every 5-10 minutes go in there and resave it. That way, if for whatever reason SketchUp does crash on you, anything like that, you're not losing a lot of work. We have been breaking this up into 15-minute segments, so you're not losing a whole lot, but rather do something one time than have to do it multiple times simply because SketchUp crashed on you. So now I'm just going through here, just kind of double checking, make sure that we didn't forget any kind of lines that snuck past us. I use the Control Z. You can go up here to edit and undo. You can also use Alt Backspace, but again, Control Z is faster for me, plus a lot of other programs use it, and even the internet tends to use it, so it's widely used in a lot of other programs. So this looks like we are done. I don't think I've missed anything. Right click, close that group. I actually want to go ahead and delete the measurements as I don't need them anymore. So now that we're done, I do want you to come in here with your dimension tool, put in a measurement. And why is that different? So make sure that everything is 6'9". I don't know why that came out differently. But use your dimensions to kind of verify all your measurements. Take your screenshots. Take your screenshots showing everything around this mark. Okay, that finishes up this video. In our next video, we will tackle one of the hardest things when it comes to creating something inside SketchUp, and that is roofs. So we will tackle this roof, as it does have 2 different pitches that we're going to be dealing with, which kind of elevates the difficultiness of it. So that's what we'll tackle next time. Thank you for watching our SketchUp Pro tutorials. Stay tuned for more videos in this playlist.